Well, that was Doctor My Eyes by Garth Brooks. That was a cover. A very interesting cover as well. I liked that. That was cool. All right, well, very cool. It is 4:51, almost 4:52. I am Tony Young, and this is The Mix. You're listening to 98.3 WRLR-FM, broadcasting out of Round Lake Heights, Illinois. I'm here from 4 to 5 every Monday afternoon, playing a mixture of a whole bunch of different types of music. All right, well, it's been a very interesting day. It's, well, we've had some bad weather over the weekend. It started late Saturday night, and it only just ended this morning. We had a snowstorm. It was a blizzard, practically, that lasted, I forget how many hours it lasted, but it started late Saturday night. I want to say it started around like 8 or 9 p.m. on Saturday, and it went all day Sunday. It snowed all day, and then it finally let up somewhere between the hours of midnight and 3. I don't know. I wasn't up at that time. I was asleep. All right. Well, it ended sometime around there. And because of that, a couple of our DJs were not able to make it in this afternoon, including Mark Shanahan and Wayne Boyker. However, I was able to cover for them since I got here about 1:45. I got about 1:45 or 20 to 2. So from 2 to 3, I covered the doo-wop hour, except I didn't have any doo-wop music, so I ended up playing the entirety of Tapestry by Carole King. Brilliant album, in my opinion. Other albums are available. And then from 3 to 4, I covered the Beatles hour for Wayne Boyker. I was just covering for them. They will be back to their shows next week. In fact, Wayne and I will be... Well, I'll be a guest on Wayne's show next week. We're doing a series called What If the Beatles Never Broke Up? And it's a neat idea. It's based around the fact that, what if in 1970 the Beatles hadn't decided to go their separate ways? What if they took a short break, and then a few years later they came back and they kept recording music? Would their albums have sounded something similar to what their solo albums sounded like? And this is under the assumption that yes, they would. So... it's really interesting. That's on from 3 to 4 next Monday, and that's going to be a lot of fun. We've already done one the second week of January. We're doing it once every second Monday of the month. Now, that's for the Beatles hour, but next week, for me, for the Mits, is going to be interesting as well. Now, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday is Valentine's Day. And I know that seems like it's a long way off, and why am I mentioning it now? Well, I'm mentioning it now because... next Monday is going to be my annual Valentine's Day show. And it's going to be full of love songs, and hopefully I'm going to get some people sending in requests, so that'll be nice. It should be really good. I'm really looking forward to this. I like Valentine's Day, and I like playing love songs for Valentine's Day. So that's next week for the Mits. Well... it's been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for listening. I've been guiding you for these last 3 hours. Normally, Getting Loose with Bruce would be coming up next, but unfortunately, Ray Zirkle is not able to come in today. So, yeah, he'll be back next week as well, I'm sure. But, it's just this weather. It was difficult for a lot of people to get out. We got about 18-ish inches of snow, I think. I think it was about 18 to 20. At last count. Well, guys, it's been a lot of fun, but the clock on the wall is telling me that I have to go. So, thanks for 3 great hours. This is Tony Young, and this is The Mits. You're listening to 98.3 WRLR-FM, broadcasting out of Round Lake Heights, Illinois. We are the voice of Lake County. I will be back both as a guest on Wayne's show and on my own show, The Mits, on Monday. On Monday... next Monday, the Monday before Valentine's Day. Tune in next week for that, especially for my Valentine's Day special and for part 2 of What If the Beatles Never Broke Up. Until then, we'll see you next week. This is Tony Young on WRLR. Have a good night, everybody, and stay safe out there.